So it got super cold back in the day. Back in the good old days, no. No, back in the fucking shit day, motherfucker. That's why we say it like that. Back in the good old days. No such thing as goddamn good old days. Back in the day. Well, back in the day, you had the Donner family. And the Donner family, they were going to go out to California and they were going to make it rich. There was 82 people in the Donner family. It reminds me of a Mitch Hedberg joke. Mitch Hedberg. Donner family of three. Donner family of three. And then they just go on to the next family. What the hell happened to the Donner family of three? Who could eat at a time like this? There are missing people. And they're hungry. Which is a double whammy. 82 people in the Donner Party left the Midwest for California in the summer of 1846. Only 47 of them made it to California. Meaning what? 50 to 30. 5 of them are going to die. That's how you should have said it. Because 47, it's like, oh, well, hell, most of them made it. I mean, I thought this was going to be a tragedy. This ain't like the damn Pilgrims. When the Pilgrims, like, fucking 90% of them died starvation. Yeah, goddamn. Fucking Pilgrims. There are a few stories in the Old West as sad as the one about the Donner Party. The 82 people in the Donner Party left the Midwest for California in the summer of 1846. Ah, yes. Back in the summer of 1846, only 47 of them made it to California, and the rest made it to Wyoming. Here is their story as told by a little girl who wrote it down as it happened. July 20th. How happy we are. Going west in a wagon train, going all the way to California. Ever since we left Illinois, Father has been saying how beautiful California is. He tells us how much better life will be there for all of us until today. We have been with a lot of other wagon trains. Now we have left the big train and are on our own. Mr. Donner, who is the head man in our party, told us how we will go. He said we could get to California faster if we head for Hastings Cutoff and then go across Utah. Little brother is very happy. He has lots of other children to play with. I like to sit up in front of the wagon with Uncle Joe. Sometimes he lets me drive. Oh, what fun. Oh, what fun. Oh, what fun. So July 20th, 1846. All right. So August 14th, it looks like Mr. Donner was wrong about heading for the Hastings Cutoff. There were no roads through the Wasatch Mountains. Wasatch Mountains. We are now 2 weeks behind where we should be. Father keeps saying it doesn't matter. But last night I heard him talking to Mother. He told her that we better get through the mountains before the snow starts to fall. It's strange to think about snow in winter. The sun is so hot. September 6th. It's been over 2 weeks since I last wrote. We've been in the desert for a week. There's nothing to see here but sand and more sand. We all want water and our water is running low. Poor little brother cries out for water a lot of the time. I have seen Mother give him her water and go without water all day long. I wish I could be as strong as that. Almost every day one of the oxen dies. Some of the wagons have had to be left behind. There weren't enough oxen left to pull them all. September 10th, a very bad thing has happened. Okay, so remember the Ides of March. Remember the Ides of March. How many omens have we seen so far? They're all excited, but why are they going to California? They lose their farm. Are they a bunch of goddamn Okies in the Dust Bowl? They left Illinois, going to California. A lot of the 49ers, 46ers. A lot of people came through Colorado doing the same thing. Pikes Peak. A lot of abandoned mines. He tells us how much better life will be there for all of us. Until today, we have been with a lot of other wagon trains. Now we have left the big train and are on our own. Mr. Donner, who's the head man in our party, told us how we will go. He said we could get to California faster if we head for the Hastings Cutoff and then go across Utah. Just go on across Utah. Head for the Hastings Cutoff, go across Utah, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, then you're there. But that turned out to be bullshit. Where was the Hastings Cutoff? There was no Hastings Cutoff. They're all leaving. It was an exciting little journey. Little brother was very happy. And there were lots of other children to play with. And she likes to sit up front of the wagon with Uncle Joe. And sometimes he lets her drive. My God, what fun. What fun. So, okay, no Hastings cutoff. We're just, back by 2 weeks, right? That's not too far off schedule. And it's not like there's a job waiting for us in California. We're going to have to figure it out when we get to California. So, maybe we should hang out around here and figure it out here. It's strange to think about snow and winter. The sun is so snow. That's the ant and the grasshopper. You're supposed to think about the winter during the spring and the summer and the fall. That's when you're supposed to think about the winter, the spring, the summer, and the fall. The damn ant is collecting all the food, and then the grasshopper just wants to steal the ant's food because the grasshopper didn't do shit. Grasshopper was just singing and dancing. It's strange to think about snow and winter. And then they're in the desert and they're running low in water. And now poor little brother is not so happy. He cries for water a lot. And they don't have any water. In fact, mother gives poor little brother all of the water she's got. And she doesn't see how she could be as strong as that when her mother's an adult. So she actually needs twice as much water. Almost every day one of the oxen dies. Almost every day. So fuck us. This journey turned out pretty bad, pretty quick. July 20th, everything's gravy. August 18th, oh my God. September 16th, what the fuck is going on? First, we didn't hit the Hastings cutoff. We didn't see any roads through the Wasatch Mountains. They don't have any water. Now the oxen dies. Some of the wagons have had to be left behind. They are leaving property behind. Entire wagons. There weren't enough oxen left to pull them all. Well, 2 of our oxen died. I guess we can't take 2 of our wagons. We're going to have to double the wagon. That was the Aesop fable with the donkey and the horse. Donkey says, I got a big load. Can you help me out, horse? And horse says, nope. Donkey dies and then has to carry the load of the horse has to carry the donkey's load. Now you got to carry twice the load. He was just asking you to carry a little bit of the load. There weren't enough oxen left to pull them all. September 10th, a very bad thing has happened. 2 men started fighting over a glass of water. Shit was getting tight. September 6th, September 10th. 2 men started fighting over a glass of water. 1 man pulled out a knife and badly cut the other man, and then he died a short time later. Oh my God. Now, oxen's no water. We missed the damn Hastings cutoff. Where was the Hastings cutoff, you son of a bitch? Should have made a left turn somewhere around Albuquerque. Some people said that the man who did it should be killed, but Mr. Donner, my father, and some of the others said no. If we kill him, said Mr. Donner, we'll be just as bad as he is. So this morning, the man was told to leave our train. He was given some food and water. What if it was totally righteous and self-defense? Well, it doesn't matter. We can't be around a crazy person like you that, look, we need water, motherfucker. So it's not like Uncle Joe says that he won't make it through the desert alone. Wow. And they gave him food and water. How much food? How much water? A morsel? I'm glad the man doesn't have a wife and children. Well, shit. This author turned pretty psycho. Well, if it's just a man dying, thank God he didn't have a wife and kid. I mean, I guess it's, if he had a wife and kid like at home or something, that'd be sad for him and them and everybody. And October 2nd. Well, I guess he'd be dead. It'd be sad for them. So maybe that's what they're... October 2nd, at last, we have left the desert behind us. The time in the desert was the worst time of my life. The miles of hot sand, the need for water, the oxen dropping to the ground dead. But that's all behind us now. That's all behind us now. The mountains are hard on the wagons, but it's no longer hot. I have given my space in the wagon to little brother. Most of the time I walk along beside the wagon. My feet hurt, but I don't tell anybody about it. There are more important things to think about. 3 times Indians, you mean Native Americans, you racist, have come at us. They have not hurt anyone, but have killed some of our oxen. Uncle Joe says they eat them for food. Eat oxen! Ugh, how can anybody eat oxen? Aren't they just like big cows? How can anybody have a hamburger or steak? How in the world can anybody have a hamburger or steak? October 31st, we have reached the pass through the mountains, but it is filled with snow. It's too deep to dig through, and if we try to go back, we will surely get caught in more snowfalls. We have to stay here. We have to stay here. Father and mother are very afraid for us all. Mr. Donner says things look bad now, but everything will come out all right. We must build something to live on until spring comes and the snow is gone. There is a lake nearby where we can get water. We can eat the oxen for food, Mr. Donner says, and to think that a few weeks ago I had made fun of the Indians for doing just that. Wow. November 18th, the men had built houses out of wood, rocks, and animal skins. They furnished them just in time, too. Right after that, it snowed for 8 days straight. During the snowfall, nearly all the oxen got out and walked away. Father says they are all dead by now and we will never find them. When Mother heard that, she began to cry. I put my arms around her and she held me very close. Father says we can eat our horses, but after that, what? Now you're eating horses? And then why did you let the oxen go away? All the oxen got out and walked away. You didn't have them tied up? What the hell? Weren't they tied to the damn wagon? Did they take the wagon too? And then Mr. Donner, how Mr. Optimistic, don't you worry. We'll just eat the horses. We needed the oxen. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? December 15th. This is the saddest day of our trip. And I'm going to end it off there with a little cliffhanger. And then there's only like 5 days after that.